is standing right over there. You can cut to him in the green room because that cue's in there. And my buddy Dana White from the UFC is here to talk about how crappy it is that the Pats aren't joining us this week. Of course, we've also got my buddy Peter Schrager with us today. Hey, Schrags.
Hey, Katie, how are you?
So we haven't even played the game yet, and already Peyton's going to be an LA Ram?
Oh, my God. This is Super Bowl week. We're looking for something. Here's the deal with the LA Rams. Right now, they don't have a training camp facility. They don't have a regular facility. They don't know who the receptionist at the front desk is. But already we're putting Peyton Manning, who is playing the Super Bowl on Sunday and is in contract for another year with the Denver Broncos, into a Rams uniform.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens, but this is what's going to happen every year until the LA Rams get a quarterback. The biggest name of Super Bowl week is just going to be... makes sense. Let's put him on the Rams.
So what? That's a hot take. You think they're going to play next year without a quarterback?
They're going to have no quarterback. They're going to go 10 on 11. They might wear leather helmets. We'll see.
Wow.
But before we put Peyton Manning in a Rams jersey, let him play the Super Bowl. Let him decide what he wants to do with the future, and then let's speculate what team is next.
Other shows say they have an insider, but what other show's insider is letting you know? LA Rams, no quarterback next season.
They're not playing with one.
They're just gonna wildcat.
That's it. Wildcat.
The whole season.
Todd Gurley all day long. That's it. It's just gonna be a wildcat.
Probably not the worst call. Should we move on? I don't really understand. We had a guest cancel.
Katie, I actually have something.
What?
I heard that you made your debut on another show today. Word has it that you were the star of Jason Whitlock's House Party by the Bay. Keep an eye on Katie. Whoa, what are you doing?
Katie bombs. You got Schrager bombs. I got Katie bombs.
Erin Andrews walks by. What does she say?
She said, Schrager bombs.
I said, what's up, Erin?
And then,
see you later. Please acknowledge me in public again.
Yeah, she was like, Katie, I wish I could be as pretty and successful as you. That's what she said.
I heard that.
Nobody heard that part. I think she was just saying that to me. If anyone's wondering why we're so frazzled, it's because we had a guest cancel. So things happen, and we're gonna move on with the show. But I can't because there's no prompter. So we're playing a hashtag game. I'd love to tell you all about it. The hashtag is, what is it today? Super Bowl.
Super Bowl startups.
Startups, there it is. Hashtag startup Super Bowl. So guys, tweet your startup, like a startup company, somebody playing in the Super Bowl. Tweet it at us at Garbage Time. Let's just not even bother with this anymore because Matt effing Ryan is here. Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Ryan. God.
Great seeing you, guys.
Hi, sorry. This is for you. Man, you had to come on a day when just everything's been going wrong.
Well, it's all about to go right.
That's it.
Now it's
Good
going
now.
right. Normally I would offer you some water, but I feel like we're already friends because you were my fantasy quarterback for a while there, so I'm going to give you a Matty Ice. I don't know if you want to...
You know what? I've never seen one of these before.
Well, welcome to it. I'm going to crack it open for you. Got it? Just so we don't get sued, let's make sure we turn that side out towards the camera. Shregs, you got one?
Yeah, it's behind me. I do this a lot.
Join us. Feel free to partake. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right.
You're going for it. All right.
It's a good day. It's going to be a good day. You guys, Falcons were the only team to beat Panthers this year.
Yeah.
How did you do it?
You know, it was a big win for us, but it's going to take, you know, a great game going against these guys. For us, it was all about staying balanced on the offensive side of the ball. We were great on third downs. And then we had Julio Jones make an unbelievable play where he went right over the top of those guys. It's going to take something like that because they're so consistent. They're so good on defense.
If they end up winning the Super Bowl, be honest, will a part of you feel bad that you've robbed us of history?
No part of me will feel bad about that. No part.
Honest answer, and I like it. How do you feel about Cam Newton celebrating after touchdowns? As a quarterback, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I've got no problem with it. You know, I think everybody sometimes, you know, has their opinion or whatever. My thing is, like, when we're going against them, it doesn't matter about celebrating. Like, we got to stop him before he can celebrate. So that's what I've always kind of thought. But, you know, that's who he is. That's part of his personality. I like it. Be yourself. Go out and do your thing.
Why don't you dance when you score a touchdown?
You have to know yourself. Like Cam knows himself, and he knows he's good at it, and I know I'm not. So you got to like keep it in your. You got to keep it in your wheelhouse.
You look like you've maybe have moved.
I think after three Matty Ices, I start to think, yeah.
Where do you live? Like, what's your go-to move?
It's like Hitch, man. Like in that movie, you got to keep everything inside the frame, right? Like everything inside the frame. And I think once I get to 5 Matty Ices, then things get outside the frame. And so...
For better or for worse,
yeah.
you break out of the box.
For worse.
So,
worse.
As I've already mentioned, because I've known you for 3 seconds, and I already said you were my fantasy quarterback, I take fantasy football very seriously. I know you guys probably don't like that, but I have to ask you, next year, during my draft, let's say I could take Peyton, you, or Cam Newton. Who do I take?
You take me.
Well, that's just the selfish answer.
But I also think it's the right answer.
Yeah?
No, I think, you know, obviously this past year was one of the tougher years for me personally, but I think we've got a bunch of really good players on our offensive side of the ball. I think we're going to have a great year next year, and I think that's going to be the best pick you can make.
I think so, too.
I like it.
You've successfully convinced me.
All right. That was a pretty easy sales pitch.
One other fantasy football question, because why not, while I have you. I'm in a keeper league, and I can only keep one, Devontae Freeman or Julio Jones.
Oh.
I keep.
I mean, you're putting me in an impossible spot here. I'm keeping...
Patrick DeMarco.
Pat DeMarco at fullback. Yeah, that's a good fullback. Pro Bowl fullback.
That's it.
I'm keeping Julio. I love Devontae. But I'm a quarterback. We got to throw the ball.
That's true.
Right? Yeah.
Is that what you do? Is that your job?
Sometimes that's my job.
You got anything?
Yeah, week 17, we did your game, Saints versus Falcons, and we're having a production meeting. And Dan Quinn says around midpoint of the season, he says, screw it. We're doing a ping pong tournament, team-wide. Can you tell us about this ping pong tournament?
Yeah, I think I got shafted. So I played against Eric Weems. Actually, I thought it was a really cool thing. So we used to do it on, I think it was Wednesdays. Dan's big thing on Wednesdays was it was competition Wednesday. So he set up in our team meeting room, we had like a legit ping pong table.
64-team bracket, right?
Yeah, he had like, it was like a Sweet 16. So we had everybody lined up and everybody was seated. And I got like a 3 seed in my bracket out of 4. I was like, that's kind of messed up, Dan. But so anyhow, I lost in the quarterfinals. I lost to Eric Weems, our special. But he hit
be really embarrassed.
Well, first of all, it was only up to 3. I'm making excuses. But how do you play a ping pong game up to 3?
I'm just hearing like
not even warmed up.
What is that?
But I hit a great shot, and Eric Weems like pulled this return from under the table, and it nicked just the side of the table, and I lost on it. So
who won and who was runner-up?
Julio won. Julio is
good at everything.
If we had a fantasy draft for ping pong players, Julio would be the #1 guy I would take. He is really good at ping pong.
Because I heard Devin Hester had his own paddle.
Devin Hester did have his own paddle, but he lost to Julio in the final with Julio with the little Bush League paddle that we need to get Dan to get better paddles. I do agree.
That's the lesson. I think Dan Quinn needs better paddles.
What is Julio Jones bad at? Name a thing.
So at the beginning of the year, we had like a foul shooting contest. He is not a good foul shooter. That's one of the things. That's about it, though. That's the only thing I know that he's not great at.
Wow. Yeah. All right. Lastly, you're a Boston College guy. I grew up in the Boston area. So Matt Ryan, in your best Boston accent, what's your Super Bowl prediction, kid?
I left my khakis in my khakis. My Super Bowl prediction, I've got Carolina. I think Carolina, having played against them twice this year, they're too good. I might go, I think you know the place, the White Horse Tavern. I might go.
I may have heard of it.
Yeah, and who knows, be in that area for that game or something like that.
This has me holding this beer in the weirdest way out of fear that the logo's going to be... Hold on, this is how I sip a beer normally.
That's it.
Tell me real quick what you're doing with Gillette, and then we're going to go.
Yeah, so out here in San Francisco, talking to everybody about the Gillette Fusion Pro Shield. As a quarterback, it's all about having a great offensive line in front of you. This razor's awesome. It's like an all-pro offensive line for your face. I mean,
Quite the pitch.
Yeah, no. It protects.
Quite the
It's got lubricant on both sides of the blade, so it's good. I mean, you could use it for other areas, for your legs, whatever.
I don't shave my legs, Matt, but thank you.
Okay. No, just a point of reference. But it's.
I do.
Well, I mean, for whomever. But it's awesome, so
Throwing
check
you
it
off
out.
real bad. Yeah, you still made it through. That was really good.
I tried to.
They should give you more Gillette money for that. Thank you for being here and for suffering through this. Coming up, the president is here.
Yeah.
Of the UFC, still cool, Dana White. Stick around for more Garbage Time live from Radio Row in San Francisco. Francisco.
Yeah.
Chug it. Welcome back to Garbage Time, live from Radio Row in San Francisco. Our next guest is a fellow diehard Patriots fan and also the president of the UFC, Dana White, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, hello.
Woo! You can cheer for him. There it is. There it is. Dana, we're gonna, just like around in the UFC, we're gonna put 5 minutes on the clock and we're gonna bust this interview out
all right.
in 5 minutes. Because
Okay.
I'm not used to live
Let's
TV
do it.
and I've been told I don't keep time well, so this helps. So it's gonna be just like a fight, except no, we're not gonna punch each other.
Deal, I
That's
like
okay.
it. I'm not.
I think I'll lose. All right,
Yeah.
ready? Start the clock. Okay, we're Pats fans. I know we're supposed to have moved on by now, but can we talk about how
I'm bitter. I'm bitter.
open Gronk was on that 2-point conversion in the end zone?
Yeah, I know. I love Brady like everybody else does, but Gronk was wide open. Listen, those type of plays happen. These things happen. Guys are open and, see them. I'm just, how do you not kick the field goal?
I know.
How do you not kick? There was 6 and change, and then it was 3 minutes, and we don't kick a field goal when we already know that we're down that 1 point, and we didn't make the. We should be here. This should be the Patriots right now.
This would be a much more fun interview if it was like,
so
yo,
fun.
the
Exactly.
Patriots.
We'd be
Are you
high-fiving.
questioning Belichick? Is that what's...
That's what everybody.
We're not
asks me.
supposed
It's
to.
like, I know we're not supposed to question Bell. Yes, I'm questioning. I'm questioning somebody.
Okay.
Who didn't pull the trigger to kick the field goal?
I know.
You know?
As a guy who oversees a sports organization, how do you feel about Roger Goodell and how he's doing as commissioner of the NFL? Very curious to know your thoughts on that.
I just think that I'm definitely one of those guys that it's always fun to hate on him, but job isn't as easy as it seems, and there's a lot of things that you have to deal with, and listen, the NFL has to deal with a lot more stuff than I have to deal with. Guys getting in trouble and lots of things happening, and
Well, you've had guys get in trouble.
yeah, well, not as many as they do, but
No, yeah, that's true.
But yeah, it's not an easy job, and it's always an unpopular decision when you make one. It's never popular because you are either criticizing or penalizing heroes of people, and it's never fun. It's never fun decisions when you make them.
And you're the guy that, do you ever feel like maybe he's the guy that everybody's like kind of the scapegoat for whatever decision gets made that's kind of part of the job?
Well, he's the guy, he's the guy that everything that goes wrong, he has to deal with.
Yeah.
And you're never going to be the most popular guy when you're the boss.
What would you say if you were offered his job?
No, I wouldn't want his job for anything. I don't care what it pays. I don't care what comes with it. I wouldn't want that job.
I would like you to take that job. I think you'd do better.
Thank you.
Which current NFL player do you think could have the most successful MMA career?
Gronk.
Really?
He's a beast. You got to cover him with 3 guys, and when he catches the ball, it takes 6 guys to tackle him.
All right.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense. He's a big guy.
Yeah, he's a monster. I love Gronk. I'm biased, though, so.
Yeah, gee, are you?
I am very biased.
Luke Rockhold was here yesterday. He said it looks like his next fight is going to be a rematch with Weidman. I heard that you just broke news. Cormier Jones is going to be in April, right?
April.
Okay.
April is the month we're shooting for.
So give me a scoop. What's going on with is there a rematch? Is that definitely happening?
Well, I know that's what John wants his title back.
Is that happening, Dana?
It's happening.
It's happening. You heard it here on Garbage Time. Scoops. When is it happening?
Which, the Cormier?
Yeah, no, the Weidman Rockhold.
Oh, Weidman Rockhold, June.
June.
Yeah,
June,
UFC
Weidman
199.
All right.
I didn't know where you were going there.
When are you gonna stop numbering the pay-per-views? They're so hard to keep track of.
We tried to stop doing it a long time ago. And the fans kept numbering them, so here we are. And thank God, because UFC 100 was huge, and UFC 200 will be even bigger.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
What do you think about Rousey? People saying that she's more focused on her acting career now.
She's a workaholic. She's a very competitive person, and she's somebody that could actually pull off both. She was dominant for 3.5 years. She worked hard for 3.5 years. She's human. She lost, and she will be back.
How much have you spoken with her since she lost?
Literally almost every day.
She good?
Her and I have become very good friends. I consider her a very good friend of mine, and she truly is, like I said, very competitive. She believed that she could not be beat, She got beaten. You know, she's been dealing with getting beat. But I don't know if you saw, she just hosted Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, she did a good job.
Killed it. You know, to do live comedy with real comedians is not easy, and she did a great job and had the second highest rated show of the season behind Donald Trump.
Yeah, she's been fantastic with the media. I know when she first started, she was a little cold and a little mean. She's been fantastic, and seeing her lose was sad.
The media loves her.
Yeah, we do. I love her. If you want to tell her to come do our show, that would be great.
She would love to do your show.
Okay.
I guarantee it.
Send her a text.
Done. She's coming.
We got, what, 33 seconds. Okay. How do you respond to fans who say that CM Punk does not deserve to be in UFC? This is really interesting.
I could see fans saying he doesn't deserve to be there. He's a friend of mine. I like the guy very much.
Yeah.
It was his dream to fight in the UFC. He wants to do it, so I said I'll do it. And listen, I'm never going to do things that people don't want to see. And if you don't want to see it,
10 seconds.
if you don't want to see it, don't watch it. How about that?
Did that
Right?
work? Did we get it? Perfect timing. That was really, really well done. I've never done that.
I love you clappers. I like that. Yeah.
Is that how you do
that's
it?
Good. We did.
Dana, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
This was really fun. But you're confirming for me, right? The rematch, Weidman, Rockhold, happening in June.
Yes. Confirmed.
Scoops! More garbage time coming up from Radio Row in San Francisco after the break. Yes! I'm a journalist now. Welcome back to Garbage Time, live from San Francisco, where everything is broken and going wrong. We had a hell of a show so far. Dana White broke some news. Rockman versus Weidhold will be a rematch in June. And Matt Ryan drank a Matty Ice with me.
And he told you Julio Jones can't shoot a free throw, which I am fascinated
And he
by.
dropped a White Horse Tavern reference that nobody here prepped
Very
for,
inside,
which
very
was really
inside.
sweet. But like I said, a lot's going wrong. So if it's okay with you guys, just old school, I'm gonna put a clock right here so that I can get us in and out of this block, because prompter might just not work. But we did save our best thing of the show for last. You already know what it is. We're getting on the train and going to Schrager.
Yeah!
That title card is everything to me. It's my whole life. It's everything I've ever wanted.
Love it. I love the bouncing
Schrager.
head.
Yeah, it's perfect. So we mentioned earlier, LA Rams maybe potentially interested in Peyton Manning. Should he become available? Do you have more on that?
My whole thing with the Rams is that they've got the 15th pick in the NFL draft this year. So I don't see Case Keenum, their guy who finished the season, being their starter week 1. Nick Foles has one more year, but it wasn't a good year for Nick Foles. So I would look at the 15th pick of the draft, and I would say whether it's Paxton Lynch or Jared Goff or Carson Wentz, and say that's a more realistic target than Peyton Manning, who, quite frankly, Katie, if he wins on Sunday, I'd be shocked if he doesn't retire on Sunday.
I know. If he wins, he's going to retire. If he loses, you think he'll go to...
We'll take that train onto Schrager Town and ride right off into the sunset. That's how it will be.
You're really high on this Wentz guy.
I love Carson
We've
Wentz.
had 3 shows, and you have mentioned Wentz every time.
It's my personal, you know, whatever your thing is. You love your Rob Ryan.
Oh,
Carson
don't get
Wentz.
them confused.
I know.
I do not love me any Rex Ryan.
Sorry.
At all.
Apologize.
I like my feet in my shoes, not a
Yikes.
person's mouth. Thomas Davis said today he's going to practice despite the fact that he has screws in his arm, like a bionic human.
Screws and a plate, and he is practicing. They're at San Jose right now. They've
Oh,
practicing.
yeah, you're right. Live TV.
This guy is playing, and he's got like 20 stitches. They asked him, well, what if the stitches come out? He says, the stitches, they'll stitch them back up. It's like he is ready to go. He's playing Super Bowl. This is a guy who's torn his ACL 3 different times in his career. A lot of times, one time, you don't come back. He's not going to miss Super Bowl for anything. His arm could be falling off. He'll play.
Brandon Marshall today said despite Colin Kaepernick's interest in the Jets, he'd prefer Ryan Fitzpatrick. I actually heard him say when Ryan Fitzpatrick retires, Brandon Marshall's gonna retire. It's a very weird thing to say.
All in.
What do you think happens there with Kaepernick and...
I mean, like I said yesterday, Kaepernick's still under contract. It's tampering for the Jets to even talk to him. But in my eyes, if I'm Brandon Marshall, I am kissing Ryan Fitzpatrick's feet because I had my best year as a pro with Ryan Fitzpatrick as my quarterback. Neither one of those guys has been to the playoffs yet in their careers.
Yeah, that's
And they've
crazy.
been around for a long time.
Yeah.
They both want to do it together. These guys are very close in the locker room. He would never throw Fitzpatrick under the bus, especially on Wednesday of Super Bowl Media Week when he's doing the rounds. He's a Fitzpatrick guy until he's not when he's got another quarterback.
Fun fact about Ryan Fitzpatrick, I know you're the insider, not a lot of people know, went to Harvard.
Stop!
Went to Harvard, great score on the Wonderlic.
Stop!
Moving on, I'm starting to think that San Francisco might just be renamed Schrager Town after this show. By the way, things are going here which is really fantastic. Coming up, we reveal your best answers for our hashtag of the day. More Garbage Time live from San Francisco. Up next. Welcome back to Garbage Time, guys. We're almost done here. Day 3, live from San Francisco. We asked you guys earlier in the show to tweet us. I kind of asked you to tweet us your best answer to our hashtag of the day. I alluded to it. Thanks to Schrager for remembering what the hashtag was. It was hashtag StartupSB, and we've gotten some really good ones. Here are our favorites today. Number 1, Group Von Miller.
Not bad.
Vaughn.
Not bad.
I liked it. Next, Peyton Manning's fumble Snapchat. Okay. Am I looking at the wrong camera? That's a yes. Last, Gary Kubi Yik Yak. Yeah.
What's Yik Yak?
Yik Yak is like a college. Maybe I just
You
made
lost
that up.
me.
Yik Yak is where you can Google it. Google it, Schrager.
Google it.
Schrager, which one do you like the best?
I didn't like any of those that much. I had my own. Can I give you my own?
Yeah.
Teddy Bay Bridgewater.
That's all the time we have for today, guys.